Howdy, this is Gus the Wise. Now, I heard a joke about Social Security. You probably won't get it. Today's topic is The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, the book that he put out, where he tells you how you can become wealthy. You can get out of all the traps that keep people poor, and how if you are living in America today, you're starting younger, you can retire wealthy. You just got to follow the steps. So I went out looking. I was going to make me the steps. But I went out looking and found some better than I was going to make. And I wish I remembered where on the internet I got it. I didn't pay attention. So I'm sorry, I apologize. But this is the best one I thought I had. And he's got a 6-step program. And you start out getting yourself $1,000. And you put it away so that if there's an emergency that comes up, you need new tires for your car, you can just pay it. You don't have to go back into debt. So once you start clawing your way out, you don't get knocked down. A lot of people completely lose all their enthusiasm and just quit when the world takes them for a knock. So you start out by making sure that you don't get knocked down. So you get your $1,000. Here's where I'd add a little piece here for personally, and that's where I'd cut up all your credit cards. You ain't going into debt. You ain't thinking about it. You don't want to. Debt will kill you. As Benjamin Franklin said, them's that understand interest collects it, and them's that don't pay it. You just don't get into debt. It'll suck you dry. It'll keep you from ever amassing any wealth. So you cut up your credit cards, and then you pay off your debt. And you'd think, I always thought you'd take the highest interest rate first and go to the lowest interest rate. But once again, emotionally, we like to see progress. And it makes it a lot easier, and you see yourself getting ahead and doing stuff, and you stay motivated. If you do it in the other order, you do it in the smallest amount first. So you pay off the smallest one, and then you take all the money you were paying that on, and you put it on the next smallest one. And you take, when that gets paid off, you take the money from both of those and put it on the next one. And he calls it a debt snowball. And so you just keep going until all your debt's paid off. And every time a debt gets paid off, you start paying off the next debt with more and more money. And it goes faster and faster. And you get more and more motivated, and it's beautiful. You get yourself right out of debt. And nothing can knock you out because you got your $1,000 cushion. So if something comes along and you're going to have to put it on a credit card, you don't have to because you got your cushion. The third thing you had was then you put yourself with money 3 to 6 months of emergency funds, cash, so that if you lose your job, you don't get sunk. You can survive 3 months while you go looking, 6 months while you go looking. And so you never go back into debt again. Baby step 4 is you start putting away 15% of your money every month into a savings account. That's what you're going to retire on. That's what's going to make you wealthy. That's going to grow and grow and double every 8 to 10 years. And it's going to be massive by the time you retire. But you just got to put it in all the time. Now, if you're in high school now, you could start here. You don't have any debts. You don't have any credit cards. You haven't got yourself in the hole yet. So you could immediately start putting money away and saving up. And immediately to get a jump where all the older folks that have been living paycheck to paycheck and putting things on credit cards, and they're all going to have a harder time. They're going to be digging for a while. Then you fund your children's college. College is expensive, but it pays off. Generally, you'll make a lot more in a lifetime if you've got a college degree than if you don't. So it increases your money. And then finally, you put money down on your house. Now your house, another thing he mentions is you never want your house to be over 25% of your income. Now they'll give you loans clear up to 35, 40%, which is just stupid. It'll bury you and keep you in debt for your whole life. It'll guarantee you will die poor. So you don't want to do that. You just be smart and you decide, I'm going to just have this much house. If you have a little less house, great-grandparents left in a quarter of the house you live in. You can do it. What he always says, Dave Ramsey, is that if you live like nobody else, and you pass up all these little things that everybody else is spending on, then you can live like nobody else. Then you become wealthy and rich, and you can buy cars and boats and houses, and you can give money to your church and your favorite charities, and you can help people and change the world if you've made the sacrifices up front. One other thing I wanted to add to this, and then here you can give and help and bless people. That's his last step. It's not really, he doesn't call it a step, but that's what happens. That's the target. That's what you want. You want to be in a position where you can change the lives of people and you can change the world because you've got enough wealth to do it. Because poor people ain't making big differences usually. You can only infect the people around you. But if you got money, you can magnify that and you can bless thousands, millions even. But one of the other things that I like out of this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you earn to learn. So as you're getting your 15% and you're socking it away, you learn about how to read a business plan and how to read an income statement and how to read all the financials of a company, and you can be able to look at it and know if they're good and if they're strong or if they're in trouble. And then you can invest wisely. And he got a job in the investment industry so he could learn enough so he could invest his money that way and stay wealthy. Mutual funds will usually do it for you because you got a broad base and you got people watching out. But if you can do your own, you'll do it a little faster, a little better. So that's it for today. You can retire wealthy. That's cool. So hit your like and your share, subscribe to this channel, and make some comments to let us know what you're thinking about, and if we can do it any better, or what you're thinking, what you want to have happen here. Anyway, thanks for listening.